Alright, so pop your smoke, and the first thing you want to do when you get close, what are your controls again?
What do you mean? What are your?
Do you have, what keys do you have for elevator and rudder?
Oh yeah, shift and control. I don't use W and S. That's
Alright.
my powers.
So if you want, so don't shoot me, I'm just gonna go up in a vertical loop. Just watch how my smoke trail goes. So you see how it's a circle, and I try to make that circle smaller and smaller.
Yeah, sure.
You want a perfect vertical circle, and you can make it smaller and smaller with flaps and web. So do your own. I'm gonna watch.
Do they web when going down or up?
Don't worry about web or flaps for now.
Okay.
You have to roll just enough so that you can catch your loops. Well, you should make them the same size at first. Just try to stay consistent. But using webs and using web and flaps, you can just make those smaller and smaller, and that'll decrease your turn radius. See, Akhaaelikian's got it. Told what? You need to make your circle, your smoke circle, smaller with every loop. Looks like you're a little diagonal. You have to. So for example, if you're turning right, and to go over the top, you want to press a lot of the A key. And really put your plane in a very vertical angle. Yeah, like that. You don't want to push too much A that you over-roll your plane, but you want just enough to go make a very vertical angle.
So that's this is way trickier than it looks.
So don't worry about web or flaps, just focus on making the good loops.
Where do you usually where do you usually put visual? What are you looking? Where are you looking? Why?
So you don't want to use your camera button. I think you know that.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Generally, in a 1v1, you don't want to be looking at your opponent the entire time, because then you might end up following their strategies. And you want to set your own path in a 1v1 and dictate the rules of the engagement. And by looking at your opponent, you are already worrying about what they are doing or not doing. You want to be dominant in the 1v1. Alright.
Alright, I think I got it down.
Now you want to start incorporating web. You want to web right when you get to the top, and continue webbing through the bottom. So start, and then you want to keep webbing, and then I'd say take it off right there. And then you want 100%, 100%, and then web again. So you need to be toggling web on and off. Do you have hold shift for web, for hold for web?
Yeah, I hold it for web.
Okay.
Yeah, but what I was asking was, I should start when I'm starting my descent, and I should stop when I level out at the bottom of the
Yes.
Alright.
It's kind of difficult to keep track of your angle and the web as well. At first, but you'll get it.
So the trick is getting the circle as small as possible.
Yes.
That accelerating when you're down low, and using the most of the flaps to slow down and get turning power out of your speed.
You want to use flaps at the same time as you activate the web. So activate your landing flaps. What button do you have to put landing flaps?
Oh, I actually only have crease flaps and decrease flaps.
Okay, good. Wait, you only have combat?
No, I have a button that I press in.
You have
I
3
drop it.
times? Okay, yeah. If you want to, you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
the 3 times button. So pop landing quickly. I'll just do some practice loops for my stream.
Yeah,
So,
honestly, now that I think about it, why would I even want combat flaps? Ever?
why would you what?
Why would I even
You
want
don't.
to get combat
You don't
flaps?
ever need combat flaps.
Maybe for realistic.
Alright, so let's do a 1v1. I'm gonna J out. Don't look at me, look at only your loops. This will be a challenge to be able to do your own loops without worrying about where I am. Stay steady. Try to catch your smoke trail. It's a lot to think about. Yeah, got checks. He's just starting to learn. So, once you get some good looping down, you'll be able to outturn like randoms. You won't even need spiral climbing anymore to kill a bunch of randoms in the spawn. Yeah, it's the combat flaps. So generally you don't want to rudder switch, especially not in 109s. I would say that if you're playing J2M or Kai61, rudder switching can be very useful for catching your opponent off guard. But if you both are in loops like this, even in any plane, rudder switching is generally going to be a bad idea.
Yeah, that.
If you have like an advantage, like if I was going to catch him, I could quickly twist rudder here if he was going to go down and catch him, but we're both looping, so generally you don't want to rudder switch. But you know, it's situational. Some good players can incorporate it into their strategy. Petpad sometimes does it in planes like Kai61 or J2M. Focus on your smoke trail. Just ignore me. I'll turn mine off so it's easier to focus.
Yeah.
Yes, and sometimes you'll feel like you need to rudder switch if you do something like this. Go off to the side or something, and then you need to switch to get back on track. So generally over-rolling is what leads to you needing to rudder switch. And if I'm doing something like this and rudder switching, I'm not going anywhere. Try to shoot me. It might be tempting to follow my movements downwards with your own movements downwards, but you want to go very vertical so that I have no chance of fighting back. What's up, Jerky? And Shorty. Welcome, guys. Are you using flaps and throttle now?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Alright. That's a lot to think about.
And I'm kind of getting...
Alright, I'm gonna
used to press.
shoot some MGs at you, and it's your job to stay focused.
I'm not used to press the button. They're all there, so maybe a little bit hard to attain.
One sec, let me change the title of my stream.
When was I supposed to open and close again?
So, you want to start your landing flaps when you're at the top of the loop, at the same time that you start your web.
Yeah.
And then you want to raise them later. So,
But
I'll do a little demonstration here.
Should I raise the flaps at the same time?
So I'm gonna go up here, I'm raised, and then I want landing here, and then raise here, and then landing. So just as you go down, you want landing, and just as you go up, you want to raise them. Does that make sense?
So kind of in synchronization with web.
Yes. Do you know the concept of which way you need to go at the start? Up or down?
Wow. Usually I don't do technical duels, so I kind of adapt to what my opponent did last time, and I try to switch things up. I suppose going down is better.
Not really in 109s. You want to have the most vertical angles. So going straight up is going to give you a great angle to start. So right now I'm below you. This means I should go up and you should go down. If I'm above you, I should go down and you should go up.
Oh yeah, I meant relatively start staying height at the same.
1v1s almost never start at the same height. In general, if you're fighting, somebody new that you want to beat, you want to start below them and then go up at the start. In most planes, this is the case. In some planes, like Japanese planes, they get a really nice boost at the very start. You'll go down. But in 109s, up is a little better.
So a weapon like this never ends your web, right?
Correct. If you do it right, you'll never run out of web. And if you get shot at and somebody's on your tail, there is temptation for you to... There's temptation for you to jump into scissors or make them overshoot or something. Rolling scissors, I mean. But what you want to do if somebody gets behind you is bring them in a downwards direction into some slight scissors, and then try to equalize the energy states.
Yeah.
And then you want to go back into the loops after having equalized. I'll make a demonstration. Get on my tail. Alright, so I'm gonna go into scissors here. Keep doing scissors. So keep going down. And then back in the loops after having equalized the energy states. So that's what you can do if somebody is on your tail. So now I'm back where I want the fight to be, where I'm more comfortable. Yeah, I know, right, Johan?
gamer move.
So do you see how I'm avoiding your scissors? And after you make me overshoot, I just go right back into loops.
Yeah.
This is a very advanced maneuver. It took me a long time to get this one right. But it has a lot to do with resisting the temptation to shoot the other player while they're spazzing out, so to say. And just methodically and carefully going into loops. Bro, what the? Alright, we'll do one duel. I'll just go all out. See if you can outloop me.
Alright.
And then after we can do some squads if you aren't going to bed or something.
Yeah, okay. Oh shit, you got me.
Lucky shot.
Whee! It's a me, Mario. No, fuck, I went
Good fight, dude. You're learning the loops pretty quickly.
Oh, shit. Technically, I'm still alive, but...